Hi students, Standard 10 SDA Weaponry Matriculation Board, welcome back. I'm your teacher Agustina here and hope everyone is doing well. As usual, my only advice is be safe out there, keep engaged in learning and keep praying. Children, in all my videos, I've always asked you to pray because the Bible says in the book of Matthew 21 and verse 22, whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you have faith. Try doing this, children. Have faith in God Almighty. Believe that your prayers will be answered and you will see wonders. While our families, our community and our country is going through the current crisis, it is important for us to pray because that's the only thing which can bring a great change. With this faith, let's get into the subject. In this video, I am going to teach you a beautiful poem, Life, written by Henry Van Dyke. We'll be having 2 sessions on this topic, life, and in our first session in this video, I am going to read the poem and give you word by word or line by line explanation. And in my next video, I am going to take you through the poetic device employed in this poem and other important points that you should know and learn. About the poet Henry Van Dyke, 1852 to 1933, was an American author, poet, educator and clergyman. He served as a professor of English literature at Princeton University between 1899 and 1923. He was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Letters and received many other honors. So here we see about the poet Henry Van Dyke. Lived between 1852 and 1933. He was an American author. He wrote poems. He was an educator, that means one who educates or teaches. And he was also a clergyman. Clergyman is a priest of a church. So he served as a priest. He worked for Princeton University as a professor during these years from 1899 to 1923. He was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Letters and he has received many honors. So we understand that Henry Van Dyke was one of the greatest personalities during his period. Children, here you see the poem Life. This is the first poem in your textbook and it's a memoriter. You need to memorize it. This year you have 4 memoritors including this poem. Now I'm going to read this poem twice. First time I'll read it all by myself loud and clear. Y'all follow me. And the second time I want you all to join me in my reading. So I'll start reading. Life, written by Henry Van Dyke. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul, not hurrying to, nor turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future wails, but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. So let the way wind up the hill or down, or rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. Did you get it, children? So I'm going to read it again. Please join me. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul, not hurrying to, nor turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future wails, but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age, and travels on with cheer. So let the way wind up the hill or down, over rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure, and a crown. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. The key word in this poem is goal. To understand this poem, first you need to know how important it is to set goals. And also you need to know what life is without goals. Life without a goal is like a race without a finish line. You are running nowhere. It's been said that a life without a goal is like a race without a finish line. You do not know where you're going to. You're running nowhere. Life without a goal means nothing. Having no special ambition makes life worthless. Having no goals means it's like you do not know the meaning of life. If you want to make your lives worth living, you need to set goals. Goals are very, very important. In this poem, the poet gives advice to the readers from his personal experience. He tells about the kind of life that he wants to live. The poet is having his goals set, and he talks about how he wants to move forward in order to achieve his goals. So to understand this poem better, you need to know the poet's goal. The poet's goal or the aim of the poet is to live his life to the fullest. He wants to enjoy every moment, every bit of his life, no matter what the situation is. It is not that the poet wants to enjoy only the joyful moments of his life, but he likes to experience even the most agonizing or painful, sorrowful moments with strong determination to overcome it and with joy. I repeat the poet's goal, students. Listen carefully. You need to understand this part clearly, because only when you get to know the poet's goal, you will be able to understand the poem as I read and explain. Ready? The poet's goal is to enjoy his life thoroughly to the fullest. Normally, as human beings, we tend to like only the happy moments of our lives, and we definitely do not want even to think about the bitter things happening in our lives. That's the human tendency. But the poet here seems to be different in his thinking. He wants to undergo even the sorrowful moments with courage in his heart and a smile on his face. That's so nice about the poet, isn't it, students? Okay, now, do you have a notebook and a pen with you? If not, please go get it. I want you to take notes. I'll start explaining the poem, students. Please follow me. Life, written by Henry Van Dyke. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul. Me here refers to the poet Henry Van Dyke. The poet starts by expressing his wish to live his life from year to year. How he wants to live his life is there in the second line, with forward face and unreluctant soul. Forward face means looking ahead or looking forward very eagerly to do something. Unreluctant means willing to do something. So unreluctant soul means he wants his soul or his heart to be willing to do things or to complete the work without any hesitation. And how long would he continue to do this? It's from year to year, every year, all through his life. The reason why he mentions year to year is to show his consistency in trying to achieve his goal. He does not put any limitation in terms of time. So these two lines put together, it goes like this. The poet looks forward eagerly to do things and he does it willingly without hesitating, and he wants to continue to do these two things throughout his life. So in these two lines, there are four things that you need to understand, students. Firstly, it's like the poet saying that it is his life and he wants to live the way he likes. Secondly, he always looks forward eagerly to do something. Thirdly, whatever he wants to do, he does it willingly without any hesitation. And finally, he likes to continue to do these two things throughout his life. Not hurrying to, nor turning from the goal. Here, the poet shows two contrasts or opposites, hurrying towards the goal and turning away from the goal. The poet does not want to hurry or move fast to achieve his goal, and he does not want to turn away from his goal either. Sometimes, when things go well with us, we feel like working hard and faster out of curiosity and enthusiasm. On the other hand, if things are not okay with us, we feel like quitting and we give up and we turn away from our goals. So unlike most of us, the poet wants to do neither of these two things. He wants to enjoy every moment of his life, whether it is a moment of happiness or sorrow, and therefore he is not in a hurry. Nothing would distract him or discourage him. Not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future wails. In these lines, the poet again talks about contrast things. He tells about the things that have happened in the past and about the things that are going to happen in the future. Not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past. Mourning means feeling sad. The poet says he does not like to feel sad or keep on worrying about the things that have passed away. He calls the past as dim past because the things or events that have occurred in the past are not remembered clearly. Moreover, whatever has happened, there is nothing that he can do about it. So he does not want to even think about his dull past. In contrast to this, in the next line, the poet talks about the future. Nor holding back in fear from what the future wails. No one knows about the things that are going to happen in future. They are hidden or covered. We cannot see them nor can we understand. The poet says that he does not fear the things that are going to happen in future. He is brave enough to face anything, everything as it comes to him. but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. Toll means payment. Pays its toll means to damage or something or someone. The poet prefers to live his life wholeheartedly and happily, accepting all the things that the life throws at him in the course of his journey from youth to old age, facing the damages and paying all that is due unto his life. To understand it better, I'll give you an example. If we happen to travel through the highways, we need to pay toll for using the road service. Similarly, while taking up the journey of our lives, we need to pay whatever our lives require us to pay. Understanding this fact, the poet says, if his life takes him through the path of suffering, he accepts it cheerfully and is ready to undergo the pain. Therefore, he wants to keep his heart as cheerful as ever while he travels from his youth to old age. Having completed the first answer, at this point, I'd like to throw some appreciation questions. Students, I want you to write down the answers and keep it ready. Once I finish explaining the whole poem, I'll give you the answers and you can check it with yours. Ready? First appreciation. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul. Whom does the word me refer to? What kind of life does the poet want to lead? Second, not hurrying to, nor turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear. Why do you think the poet is not in a hurry? What should one not mourn for? Third appreciation. In the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future wails, but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. What does the poet mean by the phrase in the dim past? Is the poet afraid of future? How can you travel on with cheer? So try answering these questions, very easy. If you have understood the poem, you will be able to easily answer all these questions, children. Okay, let's continue the poem. So let the way wind up the hill or down, over rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. The poet says, whether his way goes up in the path of a mountain or down the valley, he would enjoy his journey. Therefore, it doesn't matter to him whether the path goes up or down the hill, or over rough or smooth. He wants his journey to be a joyful one. Wind means bend. Here we see the road winding or bending. Up the hill or down. Up and down indicate times, good times and bad times. So also rough and smooth indicate difficult path and easy path. The word OER here is a short form for over. So, good times or bad times, difficult path or an easy one. No matter what happens, the poet is determined to enjoy his life. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. Seeking means searching, sought means desired, and the past tense of the word seek. High adventure means risky tasks. Crown means a position or a reward offered for being the best. Here the poet says that he is searching to find what he was searching for when he was a boy. In his childhood, he always sought for new friendship, high adventure, and a crown. It's not only the poet. Youngsters on the whole show interest in making new friends, undertaking risky tasks, and expecting something, maybe a reward in return for the task performed. But here, the poet, even after getting old, he likes to continue to seek these three things which he sought as a boy. He strongly feels that it is his body or physique that gets old and weak by time. But his imagination should have the innocence and fearlessness of childhood. My heart will seek the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. Here we understand that the poet is having a quest. The meaning of quest is searching for a long time for something which is difficult to find. The poet says that his heart will remain courageous to attain his desire. He hopes that his quest will really end in happiness and makes his life a purposeful one. He hopes that every turn of his life's journey will be better and the last turn would be the best. He is ready to continue his work till his last breath, hoping for a better tomorrow and the best end. That's all, children. I have given you the full explanation of the poem. Here I have answers for appreciation questions. Now it's your turn to learn. Let's go through the appreciation questions and answers. First one, let me live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul. Whom does the word me refer to? The word me refers to the poet Henry van Dyke. Second question, what kind of life does the poet want to lead? Answer, the poet wants to lead a life facing every year with courage, looking ahead to do his work willingly without any hesitation. Not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear. Why do you think the poet is not in a hurry? Answer, the poet does not want to do anything in haste. He wants to enjoy every bit of his life, whether it is happiness or sorrow. So he is not in a hurry. What should one not mourn for? Answer, one should not mourn for the things one has lost in the past, or should not feel sad or keep on worrying about the things that have passed away. Third appreciation, in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future wails, but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. What does the poet mean by the phrase, in the dim past? The answer, the poet means by the phrase, in the dim past, that the past has always some unattained things about which we should not worry. I repeat, the poet means by the phrase, in the dim past, that the past has always some unattained things about which we should not worry. Second question, is the poet afraid of future? Answer: no, the poet isn't afraid of the future. He is not afraid of the future. He is hopeful and highly optimistic about facing the future. Next question: how can one travel on with cheer? Answer: one can travel on to the future with a whole and happy heart from youth to old age. Next appreciation. So let the way wind up the hill or down, or rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure, and a crown. How is the way of life? Answer: the way of life is not always smooth or easy to travel. It has rough paths with ups and downs. I repeat, the way of life is not always smooth or easy to travel. It has rough paths with ups and downs. Second question: how should be the journey of life? The journey of life should be a joyful one. What did the poet seek as a boy? Answer: the poet as a boy sought new friendship, high adventure, and a crown. That means prize. Last appreciation. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. Question: what kind of quest does the poet seek here? Answer: the kind of quest that the poet seeks here is to lead a purposeful life with courage and determination. What is the poet's hope? The poet hopes that the end of his life's journey will be the best. Children, I have given the glossary here. You'll find the meanings of all the hard words here. It is for your reference. Please go through. Forward face, looking ahead or looking forward, unreluctant, willing to do something, hurrying, speeding up or moving fast, mourning, feeling sad, disappear, fade away or vanish, dim, dull, here it is unpleasant past, holding back, stopping, veils, to hide or cover something, toll, payment, pay its toll, to damage someone or something, cheer, happy, wind, bend, seeking, searching or wanting, sought, desired, adventure, risky task, crown, prize or position for being the best, quest, a long search for something that is difficult to find. Students, that's all for today. Memorize this poem and be thorough with all the answers I have given you. I will see you in my next video. Until then, be safe out there, keep learning, and don't forget to pray. Thank you. Bye. God bless.